So I've seen the entire series. I want to say congrats. I'm not going to do any spoilers today. But before I get into it, I always like throwing a curveball at the beginning, which is for people that have actually never seen anything you've done before, what is the first thing you'd like them watching and why?
Ooh. Mm, the first thing I'd like them watching and why. I did this short, Born in the Maelstrom, that just has like a little special place in my heart. And I have no words. It's just a voiceover. But I don't know. I think it's maybe a nice little like peek into my type of performance, like what I love to do with performance, which is like facial expressions and body language and all of that. And that's how I choose to communicate versus actual speaking. So maybe that would be something that I'd prefer them to watch first.
Jumping into why I get to talk to you. What was it about this project that said, oh, I need to do this?
There's just so many layers to it. There's so many twists and turns, mysteries. I'm obsessed with that kind of content, psychological thrillers. There's also so many layers to each character, to each decision they make, how they choose to say something, how they respond to something. And for me, I felt like I could put a lot of care and like passion behind Ariana. And I really just, I couldn't see myself watching this and not being in it. I had to do it. Yeah.
No, completely. This is not a spoiler, but there's a club scene and there's a cool oneer with you going in and, can you talk a little bit about filming that scene and recreating that time period?
That was the funnest part in terms of the music being different and learning the kind of choreography of it, because it was such a specific kind of movement and setting. And it was also one of the harder scenes. I think we filmed it over a couple of days. And it was really intense, but like freeing. And I don't know, it was just really, it felt like one of those moments when you're like, we're making like an art piece, kind of. It's nice.
One of the things about the series that I was really impressed with, and it's not a scene. Well, actually, it is stuff that you're in. It is I was like, wait, is the beginning where it's in New York City and outside Radio City and, basically taking over New York City and recreating it for the time period. I was stunned by it because that's like movie level production,
Yeah.
but on TV. Can you sort of talk about those sequences and recreating that time period?
That is, I had nothing to do with recreating that. So props to the props people and like the costume department and all of that. That is truly incredible. But it's also kind of funny because you know how like fashion kind of repeats itself over time and we go back and we bring things forward. So it's like, I couldn't sometimes tell, is like, are you part of the crew? Or like, are you part of the cast members? Or like, you just a girl on the street with some like great bell bottoms or something? I don't know. So it was kind of fun to be like, it was also chaotic. So it was just like, whoa, what a world. But honestly, they did an incredible job of pulling that off.
No, it's movie quality. Like I just couldn't believe the scale and scope of recreating all that in New York City. I mean,
Right.
that's not easy.
No, not at all. So kudos to those guys. Oof.
Yeah, when you think about the shoot, obviously there's going to be days that are tougher than others. Was there a day you had circled in terms of, oh, this is going to be a really challenging day?
Yeah. I think there was a scene where it's a conversation with me and Ariana and Danny um, in a diner. And it just, I guess the contents of it um, was one of those things where it's like, it's so important to the story and it's so important to their characters, but it's also so um I guess emotional, or it like kind of hit me personally. And it's just one of those things where you just want to do it justice. And you just kind of keep amping yourself up for it, and you like don't want to, you have like your one shot, and so yeah, definitely that.
One of you and Tom are great together. Tom obviously gave it his all. I mean, he really just his all. What was it actually like working with him on? I know it's a little generic, but what was it like working with someone who's truly just giving everything of himself to the role?
I think it's a very beautiful thing to be able to witness. So many people are going to be able to watch it and see the outcome of what he did, but to see it in real time happening, the care and the passion that he put into it, the research, the questioning, the pondering back and forth. I think it's so special to be able to watch someone create something and to be in their craft and to be in the zone. And I think he did a truly wonderful job.
One of the things I love learning about the behind the scenes, the making of things. So is there anything that you think like soon to be fans of the series would be surprised to learn about like the actual making of the show?
Surprised? I don't know. I don't know, but I think in general, the making of something is so different and so much crazier than the actual product itself. It's like, what it takes to recreate a Rockefeller scene in the 70s, a simple walk down the street, the diner, switching that up, like that already is just so many people worked so hard to be able to bring that world to now. And everyone, I think, just did such a wonderful job in the paintings, having someone make this artwork that is Danny's artwork. It's just every thought out thing is just, I have like mad respect for everyone who worked on that.
The last question for you. I'm actually pretty excited for the Twisters, just because Lee is directing it, which is such an unusual, I never thought Lee would do it. So what was it about the script or story, or was it Lee that said, "Oh, I want to do this"?
A big part of it was Lee, and just kind of his thoughts on it and what he wanted to do with that. And then also, like, I'm a huge fan of Twister, so to then be a part of this sequel is like easy, like bet, let's do it, So, and I really like my character, so yeah, I'm excited.
Actually, this is my last thing. When you're playing a role like Ariana, is it one of these, like, how hard is it for you to, when you leave set, to like let go for the day and go back to who you are? And how much do you keep some of Ariana like around during a shoot so she's always close?
I think someone like Ariana, I think I've gotten better at stepping out of my character sooner than I used to. I also think my circumstances now with my daughter and everything, I can't really afford to bring that energy to her or to anyone else, but I still need to respect myself and say that you need a come down period. You need to like naturally de-stress yourself of this character and just kind of shut her out. And so, I'm a big fan of using music to get into character. And so that's what I choose to do. But I feel would be dangerous to keep her around me when I'm, just by myself or with my family and friends. So I try to recognize that that's a character and I don't need to put her baggage on me every second of the day.
On that note, I got to go. I'm just going to say seriously, congrats. I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you. I appreciate that.